Hi guys. Welcome. We are just about to begin. Judy is just having a little bit of a technical glitch, but she's fixing it. Just give us like 3 minutes tops, and we're hoping Judy's gonna be here. So Mpo, how are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day.
Oh, it's been really awesome. Hey, I must say, it's nice and warming up on my side. So I'm glad summer is just around the corner. I'm a summer buddy, so summer is a big thing for me. Yeah.
Missed summer, like I have missed summer totally.
I know.
Um,
Hey, it's ooh,
mm,
summer
uh,
has a way of just bringing up more vava voom in somebody's life.
yeah,
Hey, so
yeah, like
I miss
it,
that about summer.
I feel happy during summer. Literally, I feel happy.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna check on Judy. Judy, are you able to? So, is it working now? It's still not working. Okay.
Um, and okay, you can take it. I'm not sure.
What if you try connect to the Wi-Fi?
Let me try that.
Okay. So, Paul, I thought we should talk about energy. You are an energy healer. I'm an energy healer. So a lot of times I get the question that, but Busi, why must I cleanse my energy? I mean, I've got enough problems in my life. Now you want to add one more, cleanse your energy. So why? And then the worst part, boy, I take people down to the river to cleanse the energy even worse at the river. So why should we worry about energy so much?
So, Busi, I always tell my clients, right? So the same way you wouldn't allow your body to go without bathing or showering, right? For
Yeah.
the entire week, let alone the whole month. Like after
Yeah.
a few days, you will feel like something's just not right here. I need to actually go and take a shower. If you don't feel it first, the people around you are going to remind you that no, it's time for you to go and take a bath. So,
Yeah.
why is it that we prioritize the outside, which is the physical body, so much more than the emotional body as well as the spirit body?
Mm,
Similarly, your emotional body also needs to be taken care of. You have all sorts of emotions on a daily basis that you go through. You go through
mm,
sadness, you go through joy, you go through disappointment, you go through so much. And
yeah.
yet, we are taught at a very young age to just suppress, like pretend like they're not happening. Pretend
Mm,
that you're not sad. Pretend that you are not, disappointed. Just put on a
mm,
brave smile. "Hey, I'm happy." No, you need
mm,
to be able to cleanse your energy in a
yeah.
sense that you need to be able to say, let me deal with the emotions that I'm actually currently feeling. Let
Mm,
them go. And as they surface,
mm,
they come up for healing. And
mm,
what you said earlier about going to the river, it's a symbolic way of cleansing your energy as well. So on my side as an energy healer, I use a lot of sacred geometry to be able to do that.
yeah.
Because again, sacred geometry is considered the language of God. So we
Mm,
use the symbols that are sacred to be able to cleanse that energy. Your aura is a sacred body that you are, you're not seeing it with your physical eye, but just because
mm,
you don't see it. Similarly
mm,
with your emotions, just because you don't see them, it does
mm.
not mean that they don't exist.
Yeah.
So from
Yeah.
a young age, we were taught that, your physical body, because you can see it, you can feel when somebody's pinching you. It's most
Mm,
important. And then from there, you go to school, you are taught that your mind, you've got a mind, and that's why you can comprehend certain things. So from a young age, we start prioritizing the physical as well as the mind. We somehow neglect the emotional body as well as the spirit
mm,
body.
mm.
And that's why people like you and I, the energy healers, the life coaches, we come into people's lives and we actually remind them of who they really are.
Mm, yeah, and you are so correct, Mpo, when you say we you sometimes you can't go on without a bath for a long time. Well, you can get away with 2 days, I think. I mean, there was, there was one time where I went to Kilimanjaro, and I mean, like, hey, there's Judy. Hi, Judy.
Hey,
Oh,
Judy, finally.
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Judy, for joining us. Welcome. So, Mpo, I did get away with 2 days, but of course, soon you feel that something is wrong. So, as somebody who's not an energy healer and somebody who doesn't even understand what do we mean about energy, how do we know that our energy now is messed up? Like how? Because of course, if you're gonna go without a bath for 5 days, we all know where you're going to see this, where it's going to show up. So now, if I haven't cleansed my energy, how am I gonna know? How am I going to know that something's going wrong?
It's very simple. I always say to my son, right? He is homeschooling, and sometimes these kids, you like, okay, do your work. I trust that you know what you are doing. And if there's anything, come back to mommy and let me know. Mom, this is what I'm struggling with. Come and help me out. What then happens is that sometimes, you're like, nah, I got this. I think I know what I'm doing. And then he goes and he writes a test. And then the
Mm,
test quickly reminds him that no, there's an aspect of your learning that needs to be revised. So,
mm,
similarly in life, life gives us lessons. Life reminds us where we need to focus. And
mm,
sometimes it does that with pain. So, when
mm,
you reflect back in your relationships, like I am a relationship coach, right? Many
mm,
times, people will come and say, my relationships are not working. I
mm,
come from this relationship into this relationship into that relationship. It seems like the patterns just come on and play out exactly the same one like my previous relationship. That's
mm,
where I say to them, look at your life, because the results that you're getting out of life is a perfect way of showing you where you need to do some healing, where you need
mm,
to reflect and do some work on yourself. Because if you
mm,
don't do that, like I always say, many people know that I was divorced previously. And now the relationship that I have with my current husband is completely chalk and cheese compared to
mm,
what I used to have with my ex-husband. Had I
mm,
not done the work on myself, had I not cleansed myself and done what needed to be done in order for me to alleviate that heavy energy that I was consumed in with my ex-husband, I would
mm,
have possibly been playing out exactly the same things in my current marriage. But
mm,
because I had done the work on myself, it then created an opportunity for me to be able to elevate myself. When I say elevate, I mean choosing elevated state of being,
mm,
elevated state of emotions, right? Because you
mm,
need to be in a point where you are vibrating high. When you are
mm.
vibrating high, you automatically attract what is on that frequency. You cannot
Yeah.
tune on to, let's say, 702 and hear what Metro FM is playing. It's impossible.
Mhm,
You need to
mhm,
tune into 702 to hear what 702 has to say. But
mhm.
many times we don't want to do the work, but we expect that miraculously things will just fall into our lap.
Yeah.
So, as an adult, unfortunately, we get to a point where things are really rough. And many times that's when people are starting to actually notice and say, something is just not what it
Mm,
should be with my life. And then they
mm,
reach out to people like you and I, and they come and they say, Paul, you're a life coach. Can you help me with aspect of relationships? Because I am done. I'm done playing small. I'm done, having men that come and just use me, for example, men that
mm,
are unavailable emotionally for me,
mm.
and then we trace it back. And
Yeah.
sometimes, and you would know this, Judy, as well as Busi, sometimes those things go as far back as your lineage. You find
Mm,
that your mother had the same cycle, your grandmother had the same kind of cycle, where men
mm,
were just continuously cheating on you, or the relationships aspect was just non-existent, right?
mm.
And
Yeah.
that's where we all start. Energy healing is important because we do ancestral energy healing at the same time, in order
Mm,
for you to be able to understand what is yours in the box and what
yeah.
did you inherit from your lineage.
Yep, yep. Thank you for mentioning the ancestral lines, because again, it happens a lot that somebody comes and say, I've been broke. I've been broke all my life. I don't have any recollection of me ever having enough. And
Mm,
I am actually giving up because I'm thinking, man, this thing of being broke, I've tried, I work hard, I do everything I can do, but it's just not going away. I keep being in debt, I keep being going through the same cycles. And also, when I look around, I mean, really, the people that are supposed to be my parents, my grandparents, they were also broke.
mm,
So there is nowhere where I can reference a better life for myself. And that is where you find that healing and cleansing yourself and cleansing the energy comes in so much handy, because you are finally are able to stop the curse. Ngesiswati kuthiwa ngumkhokha, something that keeps going from one generation to the next generation
mm,
to the next
mm,
generation.
mm,
Now, the previous generation before us, they were dealing with June 16, they were dealing with apartheid. I mean, they didn't have time to deal with things like money and relationships. They were dealing with health. They were dealing with all these things. So we at this time have now the chance to say there isn't apartheid. There isn't all these other things that were there that were big. Now we can then say, okay, fine. Since there isn't apartheid, now let's heal the money story. Now let's heal the relationships. We can no longer continue having gender-based violence. We can no longer
mm,
continue having relationships that are not fulfilling, because I mean, everybody was just saying, oh, well, who cares about the relationship as long as we are breathing, as long as the police are not killing us, as long as, there isn't burning outside. Who cares about the relationship in the home? But
mm,
then
mm,
now we don't have anything burning outside. We don't have that. We can then say, can we then have a good, a normal relationship? Can I not be a single parent like my mother was a single
mm,
parent? Can I? So then we get into the space of say, what is in my energy? Because what is in your energy, you align with it. So what is in my energy? So me and you, we know that when a person comes, we have to check their energy. So when we check
mm,
the energy, we see, oh, the blockage is here, the blockage is here. And then when we cleanse the energy in different ways, from the emotional body to the spiritual body to actually the physical body. When, like I'm saying, I take a person to the river, and I never take a person to the river until we have cleansed the emotional body, we have cleansed the spiritual body. The physical body
mm,
is the last part where your mind finally clicks and be like, hey, damn it, actually now I'm cleansed. And of course, we're using the element of water, which God gave us that. So now, when a person does this cleansing from the emotional body to the spiritual body to the physical body, and I mean, if you don't have a river, salt water is good enough most of the times, to just make sure that you're cleansing stuff that can be left in the water. So now, when a person is cleansed, what normally changes in their day-to-day life?
most of the clients that I would, would come through to me to do any energy healing of some sort, they always come heavy-hearted, for lack of a better word. They always feel like I'm so heavy, like I'm just about to give up on life, literally. Like you are possibly my last hope, so to speak. Yes, I'm talking about this is like maybe the extreme end, but at the end of working with me, for example, and working with you, the likes of people like you, the clients would feel a lot lighter. They start to actually appreciate life. They start to actually understand that, you know what? Yes, life does have its challenges. I'm not always going to have, smooth sailing days where everything's working out perfectly. However, now I have the tools, I have the resources, and I know the how to actually handle bad days. Like one of the things that I actually teach them is to say emotions have a frequency. Emotions like shame, guilt, anger, they obviously have a lower frequency. And if that's your dominant being, right, when you are always in that space of shame or sadness or, lower frequency vibration, what happens is that you obviously attract more negative things. So life will validate to you that, yes, indeed, life is very hard. because you're automatically in the atmosphere of things that are really hard. But the more you work on your energy, like you said, you elevate your emotions, you elevate your energy. So far, things like, coronavirus. I mean, not everybody has had COVID-19. People like you and I, COVID 1, 2, 3, have passed us. Not because we are special in any way, but because we know how to elevate our emotions. And with elevated emotions, elevated being, certain things just don't find you, because they are at a lower vibrational space.
Yeah.
And that way you protect your energy. You spoke about how you protect your energy earlier. You protect your energy because you need to be able to say, if something is negative, if something is sapping my energy. So we equip our clients to know when you are in a situation where your energy is being sapped, it's not good for you. Understand how to walk away from that. Sometimes it's toxic people that you need to cut out of your life. And maybe it's not even cut out like in that bad way, but it's just to distance yourself and say, I'm going to love you from a distance, just for the moment, whilst I'm going through my own healing, because I need to focus on you, on me. I always say to my clients, you need to be able to fill up your cup. You are no good to nobody working on empty cup, or rather reserve tank, if I can call it that. If you already, your energy is already depleted, chances are even the people that are coming into your space, you are going to be toxic to them. I always say, don't bleed on people that never cut you. And unhealed people actually, they literally bleed on people that never cut them. So you find a woman who is attracting now, possibly, the universe is saying, hey, here's Joe. Joe is a really nice guy. But because you haven't done the healing on your side, you automatically think that Joe is going to cheat on you. You're already rewriting the history of this relationship in such a negative way that, "Oh, I know he's going to do something." And then the universe says, "Oh, of course, let's give you that." But if you go in as a healed person in this relationship with Joe, chances are you are going to actually experience a really awesome relationship, because you are now coming in with clean energy, if I can call it that. You've dealt with your issue.
It's not gonna look at you and see rubbish. A Joe is gonna look at you and see a changed person. Hence, a Joe can be with a Judy and be like, "Hey, Judy," will be like, "Hi, Bo, Joe is a bad guy," and all of a sudden, "Hi, Bo, now Joe is with Booth. Hey, Boo, Joe is a good guy. How Joe? Last
How
week you
does
were
that happen?
what happened to you, Joe? Nothing happened to Joe. Joe can respect the energy because, yeah. Judy, how are you doing this afternoon?
Please unmute yourself, Jude.
Oh,
We
yeah,
can't
yeah.
hear you.
Oh, yeah. No, I've unmuted Judy. Yeah. Judy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
the web technology online, I suppose. Oh, my goggles don't want to be online.
It's your initiative.
Oh, it was a fight. It was fight, yeah. A battle. But I'm in now. I'm good. The nerves are coming. And
Yeah.
I'm great.
It's good to
I'm
see you
excited.
here, Judy. It's really good to see you here.
Thank you.
So, Judy,
I'm excited.
we were just chatting about the fact that how cleansing our energy helps us in the day-to-day life. How is an energy cleansed person showing up? How do they show up and see the difference when they are cleansed?
Okay. Mm, when your energy is cleansed, even your outlook towards the person you encounter as well, you always have a positive outlook towards that person in the first place. So you vibrate in positive energy in a sense that they can feel as well if they can be part of your life or not. Because sometimes even when your energy outweighs that, they can, the cutting is very easy when you have high vibrating energy and then a person has low vibrating energy. When they cut themselves from you, it is not, you don't get to feel the pain. You welcome them living your life because of you, and now you have a self-understanding, you have a positive outlook, you can understand that they're not in the same level as you, and then it's fine even if they leave you, because even the connection energy was not connecting. So you
Yeah.
can, even from stepping in a room, you can sense, okay, I'm welcomed or not, and then you easily take the vibe and be able to deal with it without stressing or being mad. Why is this person not looking at me? Why they don't love me? Why they don't? You can accept it, or they are not ready. They are not the same level as you are when your
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
is clean.
You
I
know, Judy,
love.
you touched on a very important aspect just now, because many times, right, there are always telltales, say, a situation where you kind of like get an inclination when you meet someone, right? I always say energy never lies. Many times before you even say hello to someone, our energy has already met. You get a sense of who Mpo is. I get a sense of who Judy is without even words being exchanged. Similar to, we've all experienced where we go to a place and suddenly you meet someone and somehow your being just says, mm-mm, I'm just not liking this person for whatever reason, or the vibes are just not good with this person. And you may not understand at that moment what's going on with this person, but chances are later on, life will actually show you why this person actually has like a bad vibe around them, you know? And similarly, many times you also meet a total stranger and you don't understand, why am I so pulled towards this person? Why do I feel like I've known this person for like the entire life, my entire life? And that again is energy. Energy never lies. And when you actually encounter this person and you start to chat with them, you start to realize that they have so much, or rather, the both of you have so much in common.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so
Paul,
that is also aspect of energy that people neglect to actually use on a daily basis.
yeah. And what you guys are saying reminds me of one client that I had. And, this client, she had the problem that everybody had in the office. So her problem was in the workplace. And they had this abusive boss, this a boss that is always behaving in ways that a boss shouldn't be behaving, like being very toxic. So the boss was toxic to everybody. And then all of a sudden she started to do work. We started to do work, and she started to do work on her energy. And then the boss changed. He still traumatized everybody. And then all of a sudden she was no longer traumatized by the boss. And people be like, no man, we are lawyer. What is wrong now? Why is the boss no longer traumatizing you? The boss is still the same boss. The boss is still traumatizing everybody. But then the boss now takes you out and be like, no, I'm talking to all of you. You are fine. So, and it was like, what has changed? And again, the boss had not changed, but the energy of this client of mine had lifted. The boss could no longer traumatize her because her energy was saying, no, I'm not a candidate of trauma anymore. So sometimes we go through things in life where we are suffering so much, and we can blame people for causing us the pain, but it's because we are at their level energetically. Our energy says it's okay for you to do this to me. But once you change your energy, that person will be like, our Sole is not the one, I'm not gonna try her that one. Hence, we're talking about a Joe earlier, that a Joe will have a relationship with a Mpho and then traumatize Mpho, and everybody knows Gucci Joe is a crazy guy, and then Joe has a relationship with Judy next week, and then Joe acts totally different because literally Judy's energy is high and it commands respect from anybody who's anybody. So even in the workplace, I have seen so many of my clients say, my boss has changed. My boss, the one that used to traumatize me so much in meetings and make me feel small and take my ideas, actually, boss now wants to hear from me. Always says this was my idea. So all of a sudden, the change in you is showing in how people work are affected by you and do that. There's a question from Gatleho. Gatleho says, some people do not allow you your space to actually ground yourself. How do you learn to separate from the people who you live with? And also, speaking of emotional, mental, and physical energy, how do you get them aligned? Who would like to tackle this?
Okay, I'll go first. Katlego, so let me start with your last question, which is the easiest one to respond to actually answer, which is how do you get them aligned? So in the energy healing that I personally do, right, I actually do align your chakras. Chakras can be blocked by whatever, there's various reasons as to why our chakras can be blocked. So when you are in a position, we spoke about earlier how we all are taught from a young age to always cleanse ourselves. On a daily basis, you take a shower or a bath, right? But we were never taught to say, you've got chakras and you are an energy body, you need to actually cleanse that body. So from time to time, similarly, you need to be able to do that. So for example, with me as an energy healer, I can't stay too long without balancing my chakra because then I can't be of service to my clients. So I need to be doing this exercise on a frequent basis where I, literally unblock my chakras and I fill them with love and light. Okay. So that I can then be able to operate in the world with my higher self, be able to be the servant that I am to humanity and be able to help other people. Okay. Now, how do you ground yourself? Grounding yourself. So I would say to you, maybe align yourself with an energy healer that you then work with from time to time. I've got clients of mine that actually on a weekly basis, we come onto Zoom and we do energy healing. I give you messages to your guides, if there's any messages from your guides. And then from there, grounding yourself, you could even like literally take a walk on the grass, depending on what kind of grounding you actually need. But many times after an energy healing, I would always say to you, maybe just go take a walk on the grass so that you can then be feeling grounded. The reason why you need to feel grounded is because the work is right here on earth. So as much as we are doing a spiritual kind of work, which is your chakras, balancing them, making sure that, they are unblocked and all of those things, we also have to ground you because only on earth will you then be able to operate really well. Only on earth will you be able to actually have those relationships and be able to actually function as a human being, right? So speaking about your emotional, mental, and physical energy, all that, when you focus your energy into unblocking your chakra, I always say, work from spirit. And if you work on the spiritual plane, it actually cascades down to your emotional body as well as your mental body and then your physical body. But unfortunately, as we were growing up, we were taught that work from physical and then mental. And it's difficult to work from down here up. It's easier to work from up here and then filtrate it downwards. I hope that answers you, Katlego. If not, maybe Judy can add something. I don't know what I missed, Judy, if there is anything that I've missed.
You've touched most of it. And then when it comes to separating yourself from people you live with, I believe you can do some breathing in and out 3 times, take a moment, become aware of your emotions, because that also helps me a lot to take a moment to be aware of your emotions. then you get to feel if you are positive or negative. And then if it's negative, you put it to positive, and then you are able to deal with them positively and move away. Then you can do the grounding afterwards. Because you are not supposed to allow yourself to be your energy to be infected by other people's energy. So at any time you're not feeling sure on your level, you are allowed to take a moment to check in, awareness, find where you are, and then so that you know when you move into the people on what energy level you moving into and how to deal with them as well. Because
Yeah.
even if people want to fight you and then you are not aware, you just went in hastily, you'll be able to give them the negative response that they were looking for instead of trying to get yourself, Kuti, I'm not going to do this. Find yourself, and then you'll be able to take anything. They can call you all sort of names. You will not respond if you've managed
What?
to get your energy and aligned it.
Yeah, I totally get it. And and as you mentioned that, like Mpo was saying, how you react now is to keep your cool. Things like this that are touching your buttons wrongly because you are in a state of grounding. You are not it, things that shouldn't affect you, they don't affect you. Things that shouldn't be part of your energy, they are no longer part of your energy. So you can now be able to deal with things easy. You know what you can choose your battles. I guess that's what we're saying. You can literally say, I'm going to deal with this, I'm not going to deal with this person is worth it, this person is not worth it. Thank you so much, ladies. I've got another question from Karabo. Karabo says, Paul, would you give the same advice to an empath? I'm an empath and someone who is out to embark on a spiritual journey of being a healer. However, I find I absorb people's energy so much that sometimes it throws me off balance. Do crystals help?
So, Karabo, you definitely are an empath from what you are saying. I can relate to that. So, let me put it this way. Before I knew that there was even such a word called empath, right? I've always been an empath and I never understood how is it that I'm feeling other people's energies? How is it that I can sense somebody's thoughts without them sharing their thoughts, kind of way, you know? And for the longest part of my life, this empath actually created havoc for me because I didn't know how to deal with it. And many times as healers, we are born like this, and we until we know how to actually use our gifts and we know exactly what is it that we need to do to shield ourselves. Many times life will just throw us from back and forth, pillar to post type of thing. So I can really, understand where you are right now because you sound like where I was a couple of years back. So, as an empath, you need to be able to, guard your energy. But at the same time, remember, Garabo, the reason why you're an empath is because you are here to help other people. So you don't shield your energy in such a way that you can't help another person. You can't feel the sensitivity because what you are as an empath is simply that you are actually sensitive to energy. That's basically it. So other people's energy you can feel easily without even doing anything much, right? But what I do personally, because now I'm a trained energy healer, I know how to guard my energy. When I know that I'm going to a place where chances are, there's going to be a whole lot of things that are going to be sucking my energy, for lack of a better word. Because remember, we are doing the work on a daily basis, the three of us as energy healers. We can't help other people if our energy is low. So every time we do work on ourselves in terms of meditation, affirmation, whatever it is that we need to do to fill our cup. Then we go out into the world, so to speak. Sometimes I go to a mall and there I will encounter literally a lot of like emotional rush, right? Because there's so many people and there's so much happening. At that point in time, I can then choose for myself and say, what is this presenting itself for? Is there anyone that I need to help on an energetic level? And if so, I've had chances where, I have to walk up to someone and actually talk to that person because I'm led to do so. But if I'm not led to do so, I feel it and then I'm like, I need to shield my energy. So there's things that an empath can actually do and incorporate in their daily lives to actually do that. So that when you are out there doing your own thing, your energy is also kept intact. Crystals do help. I definitely, everywhere I go, I have crystals. In my workspace, like even now in my office, I've got crystals right here. In my bags, I've got crystals, because crystals are healing stones. So surround yourself with those things and know which crystal works best. So again, crystal is a personalized thing. So you need to be able to go to a crystal shop perhaps and then find one that is drawing you to yourself, if I can call it that. So that you will find one stone that is actually like you are drawn to the stone. For whatever reason, buy that stone and then maybe find out from when you buy the stone, your intuition. What does it say about the stone? Is this the stone that I put in my workspace, for example? Or is this the stone that I put in my bag? Whenever I travel, I've got it with me. Right? So that again, you can work with people like Lucy, myself, and Judy to find out, because we can then be able to work with you one-on-one and help you move forward. You don't have to be an empath where you are stuck and you don't know how to actually function well in the community and in the world. So help is always available. And that's why we are actually here to give some more of our expertise, some more of our wisdom, so that people can then be equipped going forward. Okay.
Did it add that?
No, she touched up on most of it.
Yeah. So, and Paul, I love when you talk about the fact that there is when you're an empath, you are actually here to help. So being an empath, sometimes we all go around be like, oh my goodness, I'm an empath. I'm not God's favorite daughter, because wow, I get to deal with so much. But being an empath, it's actually a gift, a precious gift. And I mean, of course, most healers are empath. And me being an empath, I have been able to, when you're an empath, your manifestation powers are way higher in terms of money. Of course, I'm always going to be talking about money. You guys know what my middle name is. So, being an empath, you are able to manifest money quicker than the average person. I mean, that is definitely a benefit. I mean, if being an empath pays, then thank you, Jesus. But so you are able to also manifest quickly because you can feel an energy. So a person who is a robber, a scammer, when they talk to you, you know before they open their mouth that this one is gonna scam me. By the time they say, Mama, fuck 10 rand, you're gonna get 500 rand, you know they are lying to you. And even if you buy into their lie, you will be buying into their lie because it's just that maybe you were so broke that day, you were hoping, when you're like, oh, this is too good to be true, but my goodness, at this point, I'm just hoping this person is not lying to me. But you already have known that they're lying to you. And in terms of, knowing which job to go to, knowing what you must do, when you're an empath, you know quicker than the normal person. You know quicker than the normal person on how to deal with things when it comes to things like that. So if you are an empath, you of course have to do a little bit more work in terms of grounding yourself, in terms of protecting yourself from crystals to cleansings to all this kind of things. I have to cleanse so many more times than a normal person. But then again, there are so many benefits of being an empath. Just like you will know that I am not supposed to be in this place. This workplace is no longer for me. Because again, working in an environment that is wrong with for you, you are going to be broke. What you're working hard, and you putting everything there, but then you come out with nothing, and actually you're digging a hole much more bigger than the one you had before you came in. So you want to make sure that you use your empath powers correctly, and I definitely use them for manifestation. So now I want us to there's another question here. I think it's from Katleho. She says yes, crystal work, and then she's talking about programming them so that they work. Do you wanna talk a little bit about programming them so that they function for what you want them to function for?
Come again?
Judy, did you get that?
Hello?
Okay, can you hear?
No.
Oh,
Yes, I
okay,
can hear
sorry.
you.
Okay. So I was saying anything on the programming of crystals so that they do what you need them to do if you are going to be using crystals.
Crystals, depending on whether you're doing it yourself or you consulting on any one of us to for energy healing and alignment. I suppose when you're working with one of us, then we can take it from the point of you getting them in the first place will give us direction on the programming as well. And then how often you should also because they also need to be reprogrammed when it's full moon. You have to put them outside so that they clear that collected energy once a month. So when you're working with one of us, we will be able to work with you and the crystals and your guides as well, because we're not just doing this out of guesswork. We're working with the guides. They'll guide us on what you need, how to use it, how to clear it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jude. So Katla was saying that she finds that money runs away from her. So she says, I find that money runs away from me. So Katleho, again, I wouldn't say it's because you're an empath that man runs away from you. So there is something in you. It could be literally energy that you are carrying from your past lifetime, even. It can go that far. But also, it could just be a limiting belief that you have around money, because a limiting belief is something that you believe so much that it actually happens in your life. If you believe you are fat, wait, just give yourself 2 months. You will see the actual manifestation of that. If you believe you are thinner, just it will happen sooner or later, it will happen. So, normally, when you have a belief about money, that belief will manifest, it will come to life. So, again, when you're an empath, you can magnify things. So, and I know this, I always say to my clients, I know myself, if my mind just goes too quickly, too fast, and I can manifest good stuff and bad stuff very quickly. Both sides are the same thing. So, if you're an empath, you will magnify stuff quicker. So, if you are thinking a bad thought, a thought like, oh, month end, I might not have money, you might think it once, and all of a sudden, month end, you don't have money. So watch your thoughts. Again, your thoughts go with the energy. When you're feeling bad, you're gonna think bad thoughts. So do the healing work, do the cleansing, so that you feel better. Then you can have actually better thoughts. So normally, money runs in your life according to how you're feeling. When you're feeling crappy, you're not gonna have money. When you're feeling good, you will have money. It's just like that. You probably have seen this in your life. So,
So,
we
Busi,
are
let me
gonna
just
be
add on that one quickly before we move on. So, Katlego, another thing is that you need to also just check for within yourself to say, what limiting beliefs do you have regarding money? It's again an exercise that could actually help you to understand why is it. Do you have a belief that says money don't grow on trees, for example? Many of us, we grew up being told money does not grow on trees, right? And then we actually believed it, and now it's very difficult to undo that self-limiting belief. So sometimes it's about just checking to see, what are my money beliefs? What do I believe about money? And when you do that exercise, you'll be shocked as to what actually comes out. And then again, like Busi has mentioned, once you now understand that these are the limiting beliefs that I'm actually working with on a daily basis, I would then suggest, get yourself a coach, get yourself an energy healer, somebody who can help you to actually work through these limiting beliefs to get to the root cause. Because what you need is to go to the root cause of the problem. You don't want to deal with symptoms. The fact that, on the 5th of every month, I don't have money. No, that is a symptom. We need to go to the root cause of the problem. And only then will it be healed automatically out of your system. And then the problem will go away completely. Okay. Boos, you were saying?
Okay. So Mba was saying, we are having an amazing retreat on February. Why am I saying February? On September. September 15. We have a lovely time where we're gonna be doing all this kind of work that we're talking about. We're gonna be doing healing from the emotional body, healing in the spiritual body, healing in the physical body, where we actually go to the river and do this. We're going to be doing a whole lot of meditation. We're going to be doing a whole lot of learning and understanding modalities, practicing modalities on ourselves, doing energy healing, having one-on-one sessions with everybody, making sure that everybody understands what their guides are saying to them at this current time. And I just wanted to just share with us, what other things should they expect when they come back to see change in their lives? We we're doing abundance.
So this is our 4th retreat, right? And in every retreat that we have actually done, all the ladies have come out and said, you know what, this is exactly what I have needed, because you take time away from your busy schedule. So many times, what holds us back is not that we can't heal ourselves. It's not that we can't do the healing itself, but it's just that healing, like everything else, needs to be dedicated. You need to dedicate some time to it. So when you take that 3 days away from your busy schedule, suddenly there's no boss that's telling you that report is due. Suddenly there is no, child that's like, mommy, mommy, mommy. You are able to actually go within and focus on you. You can hear yourself, you can hear your guides, you can now understand what is it that my soul longs to actually express in this present moment. Right? And that's exactly what the retreat actually facilitates. We facilitate a healing space. We hold space for you to actually come and realize who you are. What is it that you want to express yourself as in this lifetime? What is it that needs healing? You focus on those things in these 3 days. And Busi has mentioned quite a lot of things that we will also be doing. But it's a whole package of us actually doing the work, right? On ourselves, we facilitate, we hold space for you. And then at the end of the 3 days, many people come out and like, wow, I never actually realized that this was my problem. I never actually realized that I had a blockage here. I actually now came to realize all these things that were actually playing out in my life without me being aware of them. So those are the things that people really walk away from knowing. And like Busi said, it's a cleansing of mind, body, and spirit that we actually do in these retreats. So again, you gifting yourself valuable time for you to come and actually network and be with women that are healing, people that are saying, I know I deserve better in my life. I know I can live my best life, but something's keeping me playing small. What is that thing? And you go and you actually address those things, you come out, suddenly abundance is on another level. You now start to manifest the things that you thought, oh my word, they were out of my reach. Suddenly they are within your reach because you've worked on yourself, you've leveled up, and you are now vibrating higher. Judy, do you want to add anything else on that? I don't know if you are muted because I can't hear you.
Oh, yes.
Can I get the
Okay.
Can I get the question?
Okay,
Yeah,
so discussing the retreat. So the question was that someone who's coming through to the retreat, what should they expect to see as a change after the retreat?
Wow. You can expect alignment with yourself, well-balanced chakras, and well-defined self, because we're working with self in a space whereby, because we even fast for the 3 days, and it's in a high vibrating space, very natural environment, mountains, the river, forest. It's like high vibrating space, high vibrating women, and the energy is like very high, whereby when you are there, you can get to sit and not worry about the world. Find yourself. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? Align with your guides, align with yourself, and learn a lot from the experiences of the other women that are there. Because also it's a sisterhood thing, you have support, and we stand in the space for you. You are able to, it's a safe space as well for women. And you also get to get one-on-one sessions with us where we can tell you like, or you can, because currently amongst other things that we're doing, I see here that it says, I find that money runs away from me on the screen here. We do the money energy river cleansing healing session, whereby we deal with the heart chakra, and then you cleanse the body, you cleanse the spirit, you align with your guides, whereby you'll now live life from the heart, because that is also very important, living from the heart. So you will come out lighter, focused, aligned, positive, and due to lag time as well, your things will not like automatically tomorrow, though you will feel lighter body-wise and mind-wise. In time, you will see in 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, you will see a hell of a lot of difference in your life.
Obviously. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of space available currently, so there's only about 3 or 4 spots left, as I checked earlier. So if you do want to join us on this retreat, I urge you to contact me. You can either DM me on Facebook or Instagram, whichever makes it your life easier. We've also posted so you can be able to see what my WhatsApp number is there. So you can actually send it on 083-579-3411, and then I'll be able to secure your place for the retreat. We require 50% upfront so that we know that you are committed, you are, vested in yourself, and then the other 50% will have to be paid by no later than the 5th of September, because obviously the retreat starts on the 15th, run all the way until the 17th. So we start on Wednesday at 10 o'clock sharp. So we've created a WhatsApp group. You guys can then be able to feel free to carpool if you want to carpool. And then we finish on Friday, the 17th at 12 o'clock midday. So we give you enough time to drive home, still spend the weekend with your family. You would obviously have done so much work on yourself. They will have missed you, and you will be so full. Your cup will be so full that you want to just give and give and give, which is a great thing.
Yeah. And I always enjoy these retreats, because one of the things that I've noticed is that when we go to a workshop, we get there, we do whatever we're doing. We go home, and it's more like during the drive home, everything, just flies out the window. And you get home, you back to the old self you left as in the morning. But when you are there in that environment where you know that I am finally just taking time for me, and I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing it with other women who are also doing this for them. 3 days later, you have new friends, you have people you have aligned with. And I mean, one of the things that when you do this kind of work is that you have to come back and leave some people in your life that you don't need. But all of a sudden, it's more like God is sort of saying, hey, by the way, I've already prepared people for you. So so many of the women that we started with, they became good sisterhood spirit that is so strong. People who do not jealous each other, people who are really, really helping each other to grow. So, and if you have to come back and sort of cut people who watch you Facebook, you have a chance to say, oh, you know what, I don't have to cut people and be left all alone. At least I have got now a new family. So that is one of the things that I've really benefited from these retreats, that you come back with somebody that can understand you, somebody who's on the same page as you. Pindile says, if I miss this retreat, when are you having the next one? So Pindi, we're having a next one the first week of December, right, Impo?
December until the 4th of December. We are going to be booking that one in Durban, similar to what we had in June. So if you are wanting to do that, just to watch out. After our last retreat that we are going to now, after September, we will start to actually advertise the one in Durban. So the dates are already set, the first week of December, like Busi has mentioned. So the 1st up until the 4th.
Yeah. So, one last thing as we going to be wrapping up, if I'm gonna check if there are other questions. Sometimes I don't see them pop up quick up here, so if they are not popping up, just type it again, your question, if you've got a question that is urgent, so that I can see them, and the ladies can answer. So I just want us to talk a little bit about the energy of the river. Judy, why the river? Why is the river so important for our process of spirituality?
River. The river is a spiritual place, and then there, some of us have water guides. So the river normally connects you easily with your guides, and also the cleansing that happens at the river gets to be a cleansing. You might be thinking that it's cleansing your outer, but somehow it is cleansing you from the inside as well. That is how powerful river cleansing is. And that's why it's done like it's running water. So whatever you cleanse can't stay with you at the same place, like when you're taking a bath at home. The water is flowing. You get new energy, new water all the time. So, and it's grounded, the place is grounded. You are literally grounded to your guides, the universe, and pure energy when you are in the river. That's how I take like the river cleansing, the power of it. Because even if we get there, we don't just go. So the process is very healing and powerful. So it's not like your normal bath, and it lasts even longer on the system, unlike your normal baths. So that's why baths, you have them every day and every so often when you need. But river cleansing, you can do it every 3 months or as needed, but it does have have that rooted connection to your guides, the universe, and the higher self image.
Thank you Judy, for sharing that. Because one of the things that I've noticed a lot, and understanding the history of the river, is that one of the things is that I've noticed that every time when I go to the river, I come back with new ideas. And it's almost like I can't stop them from downloading in my spirit. And it's like I've just been to a place where my spirit was open for me to understand who am I and where am I going. So as much as all of us we've gone to the ocean, and you know when you're in the ocean you feel good, it's like there's nothing much. You're sitting in the sand and you automatically feel good. I mean, it's a very weird feeling. I don't know if you've ever noticed that every time you're at the beach, it just feels okay. You could be broke, but when you're at the beach, it feels okay. So, and of course, there's a difference between the beach and the river. And as much as both of them are very powerful in our lives, one thing I've noticed with me is that when I go to the river, I come back with ideas that, I mean, one day I remember I was going through a whole lot of, heartache and pain and all that. And I went to the river, and I remember I felt spirit say to me, when are you gonna stop crying about this? Because there is 1, 2, 3, and I got a whole list. And when I finished, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go now and get my life in order. I stood up from there, and I literally was walking faster than when I came, because I was like, oh no, man, why was I wasting my time crying about such things when there is so much more for me? So it is a very spiritual place. I think, like you said, our guides can meet us at a closer range because of the environment. The environment is clearer. The environment is much more accommodating for us to hear better. So I went there, I was crying, I was saying, I'm paining, this is so bad. And all of a sudden, I got there, I forgot my problems. I came back and I was ready to start my life and do things, amazing things. So as much as we've all had gone to the beach and felt peace, I've noticed that when I'm at the river, I actually gain power to continue, power to go and fight for my life. And yeah, that is why I love the river so much. So I've got here a comment from Victoria's daughter. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. She says, Sis Busi, can you please do also advertise the next retreat session here on YouTube or YouTube shorts as well, because we are off social media currently on a social network first. Oh yeah, I'll do that, sis. I always forget to post on YouTube, and now that you reminded me, I remember that some people are not on Instagram or on Facebook, so I will definitely do. YouTube has post now, has those post those like post. I'll always post the picture of the retreat. So I'm also going to post the picture of the current retreats, just in case you need those phone numbers. I'll post it on there. But also, every time there is a retreat, I will talk about it on my video. So please make sure that you tune in on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. I will definitely talk about it when there is a retreat that is coming up. So the next one after the September one is going to be in December. Somebody else is saying, thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, universe. I have no questions at all. Oh, that's amazing. Karabo says, I have constant dreams of being in water. I'll say specifically the ocean. I know my guides are from the water. So in such, does it make it a difference that I cleanse at the river or the sea? Okay, Judy, answer this one, please.
Oh God. Okay. I know my guide. So does it make a difference that I cleanse at the river or the sea? It doesn't really make a difference, but if your guide if you are guided to the ocean, then that's where the difference comes in. But depending on how far are you with the connection with your guides, and is it because you are dreaming about it, or your dreams, are they guided dreams, or you just dreaming about a nice time, also counts in as well. So depending how far are you on your journey, and then the guiding, mostly it will depend on the guiding, because the last time I went to, I know you can do a cleansing at the sea as well, but mostly I believe that there's no difference. It depends on the guiding. If the guiding strongly suggests the ocean, then you can do the ocean. But if we get, because sometimes you can find yourself in
Judy, I don't know. We can't hear you anymore. Mpo, can you hear Judy?
Not at all. Judy, you're
Yeah.
not
Oh, no,
audible at all.
she got muted. She got muted. Uh,
Oh,
Judy, put your mic on. There's something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Judy,
I
you
was
got cut off.
saying, okay, so it will highly, if you have it in constant dreams and you are aligned with your guides, it will depend on where you are. If you can afford and they want to, and then ocean, then we do the ocean. But if then you can't afford, you get to ask that currently I cannot afford to go to the ocean. Can I use the river? And then they can say yes, or they can say no. But mostly they can say yes, so that when you use the river, it can even open opportunities for you that to manifest to go to an ocean. Because now we can do the river cleansing so that you manifest enough opportunity and money that you can afford to highly align with them at an ocean as they please. So both have similar high powers. It just depends on the timing and the guides. Yeah.
So thank you, Judy, for that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
oh, all
So
right.
that
Okay,
timing
then.
and the guides, because mostly, like I said,
Okay. Yeah, I think that part we got to, but it's fine. Now, Katleho was just say, is it Karabo that was asking? So then she did say that she relocated to Cape Town, so she is closer to the ocean then. So what I've noticed also, Karabo, just to add on what Judy said, was that I've noticed that the river has a lot to do sometimes with like if you are sick in your body, you go to the river. If you are, initiations and more specific work like, I'm cleansing my brother, I'm cleansing my mother, I'm cleansing a miscarriage, I'm cleansing a divorce, I'm cleansing a car crash, I'm cleansing, a rape, specific stuff is done at the river, because also you can when you go to the river, you can bring in things like maybe certain herbs or things like that for the specific work, depending on what you are doing. So you can actually customize it more. While when you go to the ocean, it's general, and of course the ocean is way much more powerful. That when you go there, it's more general. Mostly at the ocean, you go to submit your prayers. So you will notice that also when you are at the ocean, you will I this is what I've noticed with me. I pray way more when I come back from the ocean. My praying capacity and praying power is really elevated. So the ocean is got that thing of cleansing your soul, while the river actually cleanses like stuff, like specific things. So both of them at a certain level they work the same, but I've noticed that the river you can actually be specific in things. So when you need to do specific stuff for specific purposes, you will normally be told to go to the river, and your guys will tell you if there's specific stuff, then you'll go to the river, because they will tell you when you get to the river, this is what must happen, this is what must happen. But when you go to the ocean, you are mostly to elevate your spirituality. So you will find that you will literally be there and you will be praying for an hour, and you will not be able to stop yourself from doing that. So yeah, that's something that I thought I would add on that. I don't know how we started to talk about the rivers and the oceans, but it's fine. So somebody else is saying, I have constant dreams of, oh, that was Karabo. I've answered that. And then Mantombi, okay, Mantombi says, is it possible to not heal after a river cleanse? Is it possible to miss the effects of a cleanse? Mpo, you want to tackle that? You miss the
I,
Lord.
I think this one is for Judy, definitely. Judy, tackle this one.
Can you miss the Lord once you are there? Can you miss the Lord? Thank you, Mantombi, for that question.
Is it possible to not heal after a river cleanse? Is it possible to miss the effects of the cleanse? It's not possible to not heal after a river cleanse, and it's not possible to miss the effect. I think maybe when you're thinking you missed it or you did not heal, it's because probably you missed your awareness somewhere in between. Because when you're doing the cleanse, while they're praying for you, you are praying for yourself as well. And then the specific things that you are cleansing, the abortion, the money away, the bad luck, the family feuds, and all those things. You are also submitting your prayers to your guides and to God. So in between that period, if you miss yourself and you are not aware of yourself, or you go back to low vibration, that's when you start feeling like you don't see the effect of what you did. Because sometimes we miss the effect because we're out of alignment. When you are low vibrating, you'll start thinking that something is not working because one, due to lag time, if come back after the cleansing and then you still do everything, you're fighting against your own healing by doing everything as you did before. Because sometimes it's possible that you fight your own healing. You want to be the person that you were. So if you're fighting to be the same person that you've always been, you yourself, you are self-sabotaging your own healing. And in that, then you'll miss all the things, and then you'll start saying energy healing doesn't work, sangomas don't work, because you are fighting your own healing. Because healing goes a lot with when you are vibrating higher. Some of the things things will have to fall off your life. So if you want everything to stay the same, then you will have those effects when you say something didn't work, what didn't heal. I think so. It's not possible. So most of the time, people miss that part. They expect miracles. Healing is not miraculous. It has to do with self-awareness, and most of the time it goes with change. When you from that to that state, then you'll start saying a lot of it's not possible. Check yourself, align, be aware of why you are fighting with your healing, and yeah, I think take it from there, because it's just not possible.
Let me just add on this one. So, Mantombi, healing is not a linear process, right? Healing is actually a spiral. So you'll find that you thought you healed something in your life, and for a time being, it seems like, oh wow, it's all good. I think I've actually dealt with this, right? And then you come back into the same place. And now this healing has to go deeper than where you were before. Okay. So then the next round of healing will go a lot deeper. It's like peeling rings of an onion. You have to go to the core of the problem. So we start out with layer number 1, layer number 2, like that. But healing is not a linear process. It's a spiral. So you always come back to the same issue, but then in this time around, you go even deeper. So you need to appreciate. And what I find is that many times you don't actually even give yourself the, you don't acknowledge the work that you've actually put in. That's what takes it away from you. That's why you feel like, oh my word, this is not working. Why am I back at this place again? It's because you are not taking time to actually realize that from the last healing to the next healing, you've actually eroded a lot of healing. Because healing, like Judy mentioned, it's not a magic wand that we just do. Let's just glitter you up and then all is done. No, you got to do the work. And that's why you need to be dedicated in doing the work. If you need to cut certain things out of your life, like Judy mentioned, you cut them out. If there's certain people that you need, toxic people that you're hanging around, and you know your spirit has also told you, these people are toxic, get them out of the system, and you still don't want to do that, it will create issues on yourself. But many times I needed to just express the fact that healing is not a linear process. It's actually a spiral. So the deeper you go at the problem, the more you will actually realize that, oh my word, 5 years ago, I was here with this problem. But now it's actually like, it's almost clear. You know what I'm saying? And it depends what the problem is, or it depends what the issue is. Some things can be cleared immediately just like that, but many generational issues don't go away just like that. There's a reason why they are called generational issues, because remember, they stem from many, many generations before you. So you're not going to do just one cleanse and then everything is done. So you're going to have to then peel the onion layer by layer, and you need to have that patience whilst you're dealing with yourself. And be kind to yourself, because you're doing so much work. Love yourself through the process. I always say this to my client. You need to love yourself through the process. Be kind and gentle to yourself, because you're doing the work. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, thank you, Paul, for adding that. And thank you so much, Mantombi, for asking that question. Because Nami, at one point, I was like, yay, ngeke, why am I now feel like I live at the river? Because I, man, kuthiwe ngiklenzile bathi buyela futhi, buyela. And I be like, Kanti, doesn't this thing work? Isn't this thing supposed to just like, I also wanted to work fast. And it was like, one wash is going to be fine. And apparently, no, it's not one. So, and just like Mpo is saying, there's one issue and then there's another level of the issue, and then there's another level of the issue, and you have to be gentle with yourself and take yourself through those, because whatever that has happened to you has been growing for years. I mean, we are old now. I don't want to say how old we are. We are very old. We all know how we are old. And these things, we have been growing with them. We have been growing with them. So it cannot take one bath to, take them away. So I mean, I felt at some point that I man haibo solo, I need to do another one. I need to do another one. So but then if you are gentle with yourself and you're understanding that it's a process, you will be able to hold on and keep doing and keep doing and whatever that you have and you can do, you do whenever you can. Sooner or later, you will see the difference. But then again, like Mpo is saying, and Judy is saying, you have to go and fix your life. You cannot cleanse. You cannot be like a pig. You get a bath and then you go back to the pig style. No, because your guys will tell you this person is wrong, this work is wrong, this is wrong. So do not cleanse and then go back to the mess. Cleanse and then go and remove the mess. When you do it like that, it actually works quicker. Thank you so much, ladies. I've got Tusani. Tusani says, please book me excuse me, for December in Durban, coaches. Yes, Tusani is going to be joining us there in Durban. She says, but I don't know how to swim. Susanna, you have got 4 months to go learn swimming. Hey, we don't want. Susanna, last winter we were in Durban in June, Mpo, right? So
In June.
before that, yeah. So I mean, everybody laughed at me after the fact. They were like, "Busi, you were catching big women. The easy doodlers, you were catching them." I don't know how I was catching easy doodlers. Like I was really catching them. But again, God always will give us grace for such stuff. Myself, I can swim, but I don't think I can swim in the ocean. I've never tried. I'm not even gonna try. So yeah, make sure you have practiced a little bit though, to say. So, okay, Karabo, we've talked. Katleo says the last time I went to the ocean, both my ears got blocked. I could not hear for a week, but the dreams were so vivid and heavy. Is there a reason why they shut the world out? Wow, this is an amazing question. Judy, want to tackle this one?
I'd say, Katleho, you tell us because your dreams were so vivid and heavy, so that's your reason why they shut the world out. You got all your messages on that. That's all I can say. Seriously, like, I don't even want to imagine your dreams. Like, you got everything, you were listening. So all I'd say is do as you were told. Do everything that you received from the dreams with love and trust your guides. And yeah,
Mm.
so it causes a lot of confusion and doubt. Sometimes things are very clear to us, but we just ask a Busi or a Judy or a Mpo, and then for something that is like there, staring in your eyes, it's there. What do you want me to say to you? I think,
So,
yeah, that's
Katlego,
my
another
part
thing.
on it.
Okay. Another thing that our guides would do because they want us to hear them, because they want us to be focused on the work, right? They will block your ears so that you are now focusing on them and you are focused on hearing them. And that's why it was important that you then noted that, subsequently to your ears being blocked, you were actually having such vivid dreams. So it was actually a time for you to be getting a lot of downloads, and they needed to make sure that you get those downloads. So they knew that maybe you are perhaps in a very noisy environment, or the people around you are so noisy they actually stifle your own hearing of the guides. So in that sense, they will actually block the hearing so that they can then be the ones that actually come through at every point in time to give you the messages that you need to go to get in order for you to proceed to the next level.
Yeah, thank you so much, ladies. And I mean, that has been my experience also. Exactly that. That, like Katla was saying, and I noticed that when I do go to the ocean, like I said, my whole spiritual antenna is so powerful that I connect with my guides more. I talk to my guides. I hear from them better. So again, I guess that is the another difference between the river and the ocean. That when you go to the ocean, you will start to hear your. Of course, when you go to the river, your dreams will be clearer. But I've felt, I mean, this is my personal experience, that when I've gone to the ocean, my spirituality really strengthens way more. While when I'm at the river, I feel like my guides literally guide me to the next thing in my life. But when I go to the ocean, I feel like my soul is fulfilled, my soul is cared for, and and all this good stuff. Okay, so Nantlantla says, what happened when someone you stay with, your energy is heavy on them? I don't understand what is the cause of that. When what happens when someone you stay with, your energy is heavy on them? Okay. Yeah, Mpo, do you want to tackle this?
So when somebody says your energy is heavy on them, so it can be that that person has issues that they haven't dealt with. Okay, so that's what actually creates a heavy energy. Many times it's because people are suppressing their emotions. They don't want to do the healing. They don't want to do the cleansing. They don't want to do what is required for them to cleanse and feel lighter. Okay. So when you are in the company of somebody who is heavy hearted, you also feel heavy hearted, especially if you're an empath. Earlier, we spoke about being an empath. So you will feel that this person, my goodness, they are carrying so much. And as an empath, the one thing that you want to do always is just to go and hug them and just give them so much love, right? Because that's what empaths do. But at the same time, an empowered empath will understand that, you know what, this person, it doesn't help me to take all their loads off of them if they don't know how to actually do the work for themselves. Because I offload and then they go and then they pack up their trunk again with a lot of junk. What's the point? So that's why now, when you encounter people that are heavy hearted, heavy loaded in terms of their energy, if you want to help them, sit them down, ask them what's going on. What's going on with you? Are you having some issues in your life that you perhaps have to deal with? And if you can't help, because many times you realize that, my goodness, this problem is beyond me, get them help, get them a coach, get them an energy healer who can deal with them and actually help them out. You identifying that they have an issue is already good enough help for that person. Now hand that over to somebody who would be able to work the journey with them, help them along the way to actually understand what is it that they need to cleanse, for example. What is it that they are busy stifling, and that person or that thing is actually taking over their lives. Suddenly, the person, many times, those people, what I have found in my life, they overeat. So something like when a person is continuously eating, right? And they don't eat because they are hungry. They are eating because something in them is empty. They're trying to fill up that void. That's when you need to actually start to realize, as well as a person, to say, hang on one sec, this person is not doing things normal way. They are overeating. There must be a reason why they're doing that. So those are some of the telltales that says that this person actually does need help at a different level, at an emotional level, as well as at a spiritual level. Then take them to somebody who can help them with that.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. And I think and it's good for us, Paul, like you're saying that what Nonhlangano has asked, to also know that we don't deserve to be with people like that. Sometimes our own progress is stopped by people who are heavy on us. So we have to make a plan to either get them help or get out of that situation, because then they're blocking us from going forward.
Yeah.
Madombi says, thanks, coaches. Dedication to the work is my thing now. No two minds about it. Appreciate you. See you at the retreat. Thank you, Mantombi. And we totally gonna have fun there at the retreat. Damn, we're gonna have fun. Palisa says, connecting with my guides feels like something so much bigger than me. I can't wait to fully walk in my power. Wow. What do you guys have to say to Palisa?
Palisa, connection with your guides is crucial in this life, you know. Many times we come onto this planet having guides, having angels, archangels that work with us, ascended masters that work with us, ancestors that work with us, right? But we are told that, oh no, those people are dead or there's nothing there. And then you start to work through life blindfolded. Okay. When you are actually supported, I always say life supports me because I am so supported. Because when I tune into my guides, when I tune into the people that are working this journey with me, things become so much easier. I start to see things that don't make sense to an average person. I start to tap into areas, opportunities that are not seen by an average Joe, so to speak. You know, so it's in your best interest to always keep that channel of a communication open. It's for your best interest because you cannot walk this life and think that you're going to make it if you don't use them. They are there to assist you. Allow them space to be in your life so that they can do what they need to do with your life.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. I always say, Palisa, it's a two-way road. Your guides need you as much as you need them. You know, God doesn't care if we die. God doesn't care if we decide that we want to go back to Him now today. God is like, okay, fine. If you wanna tap out of this session, it's fine. There's so many lifetimes. You come back so many more times. To do the same thing over and over again. It's like, you know, when you're playing a PlayStation game, you get 10 lives and you can sort of die and come back and start. And so God really doesn't see a problem with us living here, but our guides, they are the ones that protect us. They need us to be here. They need us to come here and do enough work before we go. Hence they will make sure we don't die. Me, when I was hey, woman 21, so Shem, I can tell you so many times where I'm sure I would have died if it wasn't for my guides. And I mean the stuff that we've done out there, of course, has really tested fate. But your guides will make sure you live. Your guides will make sure the person who's bewitching you, it dies before you. So I mean, you have such a team that is working with you. Of course, it's a team you don't see in the physical, but you can feel in the spiritual, that is making sure that you get it correct before you leave. You've got it correct, because it's a two-way stream with our guides. They need us as much as we need them. They need us to function in the body. And because the angels cannot help a person who is committing suicide, because that person is too low vibration. The angels cannot go into that level. But me with a human body, and Paul with a human body, a Judy with a human body, can come and talk sense into your crazy mind that is saying, oh no, me, I want to die. No, only a person in the 3D with a body can do work that angels can't do. That's why your guides need you. Other than that, you see how important you are. I always say anybody who wants to commit suicide, bodies are very expensive. You don't get a body just because you are a nobody. And people who have got bodies who are in the planet, there is a big reason you are here with a body. And bodies are very expensive. Now, your guides want you to keep that body, hold on to it as much as you can. So, yeah, make sure you get to talk to your guys and understand them, because that's the whole point. That's the whole point. You are here. You've got this crowd behind you that is cheering you, that is protecting you, that is making sure you get it right. So you cannot be scared of those people. The people are there. They are with you. They are for you. Okay. Mandombi says, if you say go back, I will coach. I'm able to see change now because I'm intentional. Hey, Mandombi sisazohamba indlela le yasemfuleni ke. So Karabo says, also healing involves lesson learned. When we go through tough situations, we need to be cognizant of the lessons. If we haven't learned, the cycles repeat themselves until we the lesson is learned. Thank you so much. That is true, Karabo. That is so true, 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 true. That's why we're saying when you cleanse, do not go back to the dungeon. Go and find a new home. God, please, to go find a new home. Tusani says, Coach Judy, powerful nuggets right now. Thank you. Why am I fighting my healing with my healing? Yay, Judy, 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 Judy. Judy is dropping the numbers. Catherine. Catherine says, I see changes. I see change. Still struggling with my money issues. Yes, Catherine. It's a day-to-day story, girl. Yesterday we were doing the goddess ceremony, and one of the work we were doing there was literally, you know what, you need to get on your big girls panties, put them on tight, and go out there and fight, because nobody's gonna do it for you. And if you are crying about something today, you shouldn't be crying about it in 3 years' time. So we were literally saying, you know what, it's time. Everybody needs to choose which devil they're gonna fight. We cannot be in a corner and we busy letting devils run around in our houses and we're busy in the corner. No, 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 no. If money is an issue, girl, get on with it and be like, I'm gonna fix you. Money, you like it or not, me and you are going to fix this. So yeah, let's not be timid. I mean, all of us have been hurt for so long by so many things in life. I don't think we are scared of being hurt anymore. I don't know. I mean, me ladies, I'm good. Me, I'm happy. Like nothing can scare me anymore. I've had enough. So I'm not scared of stuff anymore. I'm just like, bring it on. Let's see. Yeah. Bongi says the scars of the rose. Bongi is talking about things that happened in Devon, guys. I yes, I came back with scars, literally scars. Like I've never worked for the Lord like I worked in Devon, at the ocean. So yeah, no, they've healed when I'm home. Hey, Randy, thank you for joining us. You'll catch the recording. Mantombi says, Bongi, my toenail is growing back. Oh, don't be also lost her toenail at the ocean. Hey, Lobo Mama Bebatantas Abegunzim. Nebagazi says, what can I do to have clear dreams that I can wake up and be able to tell them? All right, there's a question. Ladies, tackle this one. Judy, wanna deal with that?
What is it? What can I do to have clear dreams that I can wake up and be able to tell them? Mm, Before it also, I suppose you can self-awareness and self-love and living from the heart counts a lot. So even when you wake up, don't wake up like, try and give yourself time, pace yourself when you wake up, because sometimes you wake up so much in a rush, you are late for something, and then lunchtime you start thinking, I had a dream, it's gone. Sometimes wake up, listen, and it will come back. You have to pace yourself. Sometimes I think it's pacing ourselves, the routine of waking up. We can learn waking up and take a moment, because most of the people just wake up in a rush. Wake up by alarm and you don't have time. The alarm keeps going off, you switch it off, and then you only wake up when it's like time to go straight for bath. And then you expect to remember the dreams. That counts on the part of not remembering. And then also, I remember the following evening when you sleep, you can request that, okay, yesterday I dreamed of something. I didn't remember can I please get to remember and get the message? So that it's either they show you the dream again, or you see it during the day, or you hear it with your ears. And then also maybe clearing, like having a salt bath helps, because then you are less toxic, you are much lighter before you sleep. And then you can also get to remember your dreams in the morning.
Okay. Mcebagazi, one other thing that you can actually incorporate as well is maybe have like a dream journal on your pedestal next to your bed. I find that my dreams, if I need to remember a dream, there'll always be something that will wake me up immediately after the dream. And many times, because we have so many dreams throughout the night, you're not going to remember everything. But the one that you just wake up and you remember that, oh, I was being chased by something or somebody said something, that's what you will remember the most. Jot it down, because sometimes what they do is that they give us information and messages in bits by bit. So today you will maybe get maybe 2 or 3 lines. And then tomorrow, like Judy says, maybe the dream will continue where you left off. So if you didn't have time to actually sit down and think about what card did they give me yesterday, you're not going to be able to remember now the new card that they're presenting tonight. So if you can have that, I have found that, it helps me. So if maybe I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning for whatever reason, because maybe my daughter is restless or whatever the case may be, and then I just remembered what I just dreamt, I slowly jot it down, because I tell you now, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, I will not remember what I dreamt about 2 o'clock in the morning, because obviously I went back into dreamland. I dreamt a lot more. But because I jotted it down, it helps me now to piece the pieces together. A week later, maybe they give me something else that relates to the dream that I had a week later. So something of that nature can also help you. So if you find it helpful in your situation, maybe incorporate it into your day-to-day activities as well. You have muted yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mpo. And one of my teachers once said to me, there are spirits that come to steal our dreams. Because our dreams is when we go to the fourth dimension and we can actually get the hottest story on the agenda of what's going on. And if there's something that we are fighting, and it's a hard fight, we actually lose those dreams and we lose the information. It's more like, you never got the email that the bus is leaving at 6 and then the bus leaves you. So we have to actually make it a point that we fight to have our dreams and remember them, like as I said. There's people who say, me, I don't dream, and you think it's fun, you think it's okay to not dream. Oh, me, I forget all the dreams, and you think it's okay. It's not okay to forget your dreams. Literally, you've been missing so many buses. That's why I always, I'm always obviously going to talk about money. That's why you are broke. Your guides have been telling you which door to go knock at, and then the dream was stolen. Your guides have been telling you where to submit a proposal. The guys have been giving you business ideas. You're supposed to be seeing yourself doing the business. You're supposed to be doing it in your dreams. You did not get the dream because it got stolen. Not that you didn't dream it, you just didn't download it. So do not eat. One of the other things that I know for sure, do not eat at night. Just leave food alone. Alcohol, food. If you are really serious about your life, you will do these things because you understand why you're doing them. So there's nothing that's gonna kill you if you didn't eat at night. So make sure after 6 p.m. you're no longer eating, you're only drinking water. Don't drink sugary stuff. Don't just if you are on a quest, because like Judy was saying, you must ask, can I dream about this? Why is this happening in my life? Can I find out why? Before you even go to a sangoma that might lie to you and tell you it's your neighbor while it's not, or it's your cousin while it's not, ask yourself and say, my guys, there is a problem happening in my life like this, like this. I need to know. Can you send a dream? Can you talk to me? Can I get an explanation? And then you give yourself a 13-day process, a 14-day process. You do not eat before bed. You have a dream journal next to you. You're taking salt baths. You are in a quest, just like Catherine is saying, she's putting her big girl panties on. That is you putting your big girl panties on. You saying, yeah, la angivumi, ungavumi ntombo, ungavumi kudlalwe ngawe. Say, I'm stopping the bus. I want to know why. I want to know why I'm still in debt. And you will see, because your guys will start to say, okay, go there. You'll find help there. Go there. This is the person. A lot of people, when I tell them fast, they start to say, you know what, I started to dream, Busi. You were telling me this and this in the dreams. I'm like, yeah, you see, even you're getting a free session, because you don't even have to book it and come to me now. You see me talking to you in a dream, because your guys are using something that you are used to. Probably you've seen on YouTube 1 or 3 times. Then now I'm in your dreams telling you something that I would have told you anyway in a session. But then because you've just taken time and you've just concentrated on your dreams, because when you're in the 4D, thank goodness you don't know how much money you owe the bank. So you can actually focus when you're there, because when you're sleeping, your brain is not thinking about how fat you are, how broke you are. You can actually focus. So if you can't focus in the 3D, better focus in the 4D. The 4D is the dream state. So let's use our dream correctly. And worry if you don't dream. Worry if you don't remember your dream. Make sure if you don't understand your dreams, go back tomorrow and say, let dream le understand why am I dreaming like this? They will clarify it until you get it. And then by the time you go and you consult with somebody, you already know what's going on. So that person cannot even lie to you. I mean, the other day I was telling you guys that when you have healers that are bleeding on you and they are downloading their shitty things on you, you will know, because you know what you're wanting. But you can't just go around wanting people to tell you what's up. Dreams are the only place where nobody can lie to you. Unless you have serious problems, which I'm not going to talk about here. You're having dreams that are wrong, which that is another story for another day. We should have a live session on that another day. Okay, so Matumo says, hello coaches. Yo, I'm so interested in attending. What do I do with the kids going to school? Universe, please make a way for me to go to this retreat. Hey, Paul, what is Matumo supposed to do with the children? Because the retreat is during the week.
Hey, Manduno, you know, I always say that if you are feeling a nudge, and a nudge, I mean, but your intuition is telling you, I need to go here. It's telling you for the right reason. So automatically when they say, do this, they've already actually taken care of everything around you. Your leave, the money, the kids. Again, like Busi just mentioned, just pay attention to what they are saying about where to take the kids. What do you do with your work situation? Where do you get the money? Because I can tell you now, many times when my guys have said, Mpo, go all the way to like Sedona, they've taken care of everything. For me, it's just I'm following the instructions of what they said, because everything is already lined up. If I don't want to listen and then I hold on to, oh, but now this, that, and the other, I'm making excuses. And me making excuses is going to rob me from actually receiving what I need to be receiving. So that's just my 2 cents worth in your conversation to say, if you feel like a strong pull that says, I need to go there, then start asking your guides and saying, where does the money come from? What do I do with the kids? Can I maybe ask my sister to come and watch the kids? It's only two nights actually, because it's Wednesday, Thursday. By Friday night, you'll be back, you know? So it all depends on you, my sister, because remember, you are the captain of your ship. So you decide what you want to give attention to. Do you want to maybe give attention to the excuses that I can't do this, and then you will lose out on that opportunity for life, or you're going to make a plan around it?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mpo. And I know what you're talking about. Every time when I have ever wanted, I mean, for me, it's normally just like I need money to go there. I need money to go to this healing. It happens. But again, it's that thing of connecting with your guides. The healing that you're going to do there is not for you, number one. It will benefit you, but it's for way too many people. So if you say to them, by the way, next week there's a retreat that I need to go to because I need to do healing. When I'm healing, I'm not healing for myself. I'm healing for a whole lot of people because there's so many clients that comes to me. And when I've healed, I can serve them better. But then I'm not just about the clients. I'm about the lineages. Boys, earlier on talked about our ancestral stuff. We're healing for our ancestors. We're healing for the line. We're healing for the future. We're healing for the people that are coming, our great grandkids. Because if I go to the retreat and I stop the harmos, I've saved so many other people that are coming in front of me. So the healing is not even for you. So do not feel like, oh me, I need to get this done. No, tell your guys, be like, hey, Uso, there's a healing that I need to go and do. It's not for me, by the way. You need to provide the money for it. You need to provide the time for it. You need to provide everything so that I can go to the healing. Because remember, I need to heal for a whole lot of other people. You don't go there to heal just for you. And you will notice when you are there at the healing circle with these women, all those women are there to heal for thousands and thousands of people. So actually the people in the room is way too many people. So, and don't think that you are supposed to make it happen. Tell your guides, I need to go for healing. I mean, so many people always come to me and say, because I didn't have money for your session. And all of a sudden, once I said I need the session, the money came. And I'm like, yeah, of course, you told your guys you are ready to come. When you say I'm ready to come, you will find the money, you will find the time, you will come and do the healing. The healing is not for you. Don't think it's for you. Unless you are thinking there, we're going to give you snakes for money, which we're not going to do it. And I mean, that was going to be for you. But other than that, you are healing for way too much than just yourself. So you finding money and time is not going to be an issue if you ask for it, because it's not just your own healing, it's a whole lot of other people's healing. Tusani says, Coach Paul, thank you for the golden nuggets. Your words are gold and pearls. Jesus. Hey, Tusani. Hey. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Paul. So, ladies, your closing words. We have to finish by 8 p.m. Your closing words. Let me start with Paul.
Healing is a necessary part of life, right? And don't rob yourself by thinking that it should be an automatic thing. Do it deliberately. The same way you have to chase after your dreams. When you have a dream, you know you have to work at it. It's not just going to say, for example, you want a car, a brand new Mercedes Benz, let's say, for example. It's not going to just come knocking at your door and say, hello, I'm here. You know you're going to have to work at it and ask yourself, how am I going to afford this car? Where am I going to buy this car? When am I going to buy this car? Healing is the same thing. And what happens is that the more you heal yourself, the more the universe gives you in abundance. All the things. You know, I'm always reminded of the verse in the Bible that says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. What is the kingdom of God? You are the kingdom of God. When you are seeking you to understand, who am I? Why am I here? What am I here to do? You are seeking God, and guess what happens? God then gives you more and more and more. That's why they say, and all these things shall be added unto you. I am a perfect example of that. When I started healing myself, seeking myself, all these things, they just come to me. Sometimes you're like, wow, I didn't even think this thing was coming my way. And here it is now. So make healing a comfortable or not so comfortable part of life, because sometimes healing is not so comfortable. But sometimes it's so comfortable because when you get into the gist of it, you understand that, you know what, even if I don't feel like healing today, I'm doing it anyway because I know the benefits that's coming my way. And that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Mpo. Thank you so much. You are one sister of mine that always I get to see things in another eye when I'm listening to you. And it's one eye that I definitely need. So thank you so much for always making time to come through and making time to do the work of the Lord with me. I mean, of course, we never choose our family, so I did not choose you, you did not choose me. It's just like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Judy.
Closing words on healing. I believe that we should accept that healing is an ongoing process. It's not that because you uh, frequently or sometimes go for any, it's for sessions that kurata dingaka and stuff like that. It's a matter because when you heal, firstly when you start healing, the healing process, you start with yourself, you heal yourself. Then the next thing you heal your family, you heal your work relations, you heal. It's an ongoing process because people tend to think that because you're going for sessions, for consultations, or or rata this and that. It's not that because, and also healing brings constant growth. So it means that you healed yourself and then manifested a car. After you manifest a car, you need money to be able to maintain that car and service it and all the things that are required. You need a house as well. You can't drive around with no place to stay. So it will mean that more healing has to happen so that you can acquire more things. And when you heal yourself, you heal people around you as well as you heal the world, and you get to also understand how to live from the heart with love, because God is love and we are love. Because everything is love. And for you to be able to live from the heart, you have to be through a lot of healing so that you have self love, self understanding, and self awareness, because those are crucial things, and it's a lifelong process. It's not a once off and magician thing. So we can accept that healing is a process, ongoing process.
Okay, Judy. Thank you so much for joining us. And I totally agree with you. We are always having to heal. I mean, Judy, you were just talking there. I was just feeling pain because I mean, literally, you heal to have a car, and then you heal to have petrol, and then you heal to have a house, and then you heal to have a bigger house, and then you heal to have a husband, and then you heal to have, yay, God, please. So we have to heal for all this stuff to happen to us, and I think that is one of the most important things that we need to remember, that it's levels. This thing has got levels. So we can never get it right. And once you've healed and you've gotten so much stuff, God is gonna be like, no, actually now I want you to be a billionaire. And then you'll have to heal to be a billionaire. Because I mean, of course, you are not a billionaire because there's something blocking you from there. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. Thank you so much. I've got a few comments, a few people saying thank you. Katlego says that's me, and Mpumalanga, I always have the edge to drive to the underground rivers in Mpumalanga. I feel sane when I'm there with my Duxie, Piga, and Cane. Girl, you are slaying there in the waters and then go on top of the mountains. I find that I'm happier in serene places than in cities. There's just something amazing about it. I know what you mean. Like Katlego, you sound like myself. Me and you should just do fun things there at the rivers and the mountains. Thank you so much. Catherine says, thanks, coaches. You are a blessing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Matumo says, thank you, coaches are sharp. a way shall be found. Yes, the way shall be found. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Of course, it's another Monday. You tuned in. We are all growing together. I am learning so much from you. Please make sure you click on the subscribe button, click on the like button, click on the share button, share this information with another person. And Paul is available on Instagram. She's on Facebook. Mpho Mkhotsi. Judy is available. Judy. I'm training to be very much available in Instagram. Soon in his own Instagram. I'm the producer behind Judy. So Judy is available on Facebook, and they both have their phone numbers there on their social medias. If you need to talk to them about healing, Paul energy healer, Judy energy healer, and they both do way more than that. So make sure that you contact them, even if it's just to ask a question on Instagram, whatever. Do it. You don't know how much help you can get from that. And then make sure that if you are knowing that you need to be at the retreat, it's happening on the 15th to the 19th of September. It's gonna be totally amazing. Is in and what's the name of the place in Paul?
Melody Hill in Mildersdrift. It's actually the 15th to the 17th. So it's Wednesday the 15th, Friday the 17th. Yeah.
So it's Melody Hills. It's an amazing place. It feels like heaven. And of course, Mpho always take us into these amazing places. You feel like you have left Joburg and Pretoria and you've gone so far, while actually it's like an hour away. So make sure that you come through. If you can't come through to this one, we're going to have another one in December, but we of course going to share the information in time, and you're going to know more about what we're going to be doing. So we've got a very high program starting from the Friday, the whole day. The Saturday, most of the Saturday, we're going to be at the river, and we're going to have this the Friday. Why am I talking about Saturday? The Wednesday, the Thursday, and then the Friday morning, we're going to be coming back in the afternoon. So thank you so much for joining me, ladies. Thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in. Thank you so much for everybody who's going to watch the replay. Please make sure you're sharing. To Sunny Says Watches session. Thank you so much for joining me. I am happy that these ladies came and joined me today. I didn't have to do all the talking all by myself. I think I should bring them more. What do you guys think? Should I bring these women more? Because damn it, I don't have to talk too much. You guys probably tired of hearing me talk every day. So ladies, will you come back?
No, definitely. Given the time, definitely we will. I think it's a good thing to give and serve humanity. It's one thing that is always in the core of my heart. I am a servant leader. I'm always serving humanity. So any platform that gives me that platform to serve humanity, I'm definitely there.
Thank you so much. I know. Uyasabela Mpho fast ufikile la kuthiwa khona hey ingenile you rush there. I know. Judy, you'll come back, right? Yes, Fortunate says bring them back.
Yeah,
Yes,
look.
everybody says bring the women back. I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna
it
bring
was
them
a
back.
great experience. Looking forward to coming back.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank
It
you so
was a
much. Have a
great
lovely
experience.
evening. Thank you so much. And everybody have a lovely evening. We're gonna be here again Wednesday night. We're going to be talking all things witchy stuff. So please make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. Thank you. Oh yes, Ntombi says Ongomabizwa asabele. Yes. These women bomabizwa asabele. I didn't have to beg them. I just told them it's happening. I designed a post. I didn't even ask them for their pictures. They just saw themselves in a poster. So bomabizwa asabele. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.